Two have been developed by one company. The third one, I have got a file where it is written that it is better to go in a tender. The armed forces had recommended that we negotiate with the same supplier and put up this third one. Now this is where the problem starts creeping up. And therefore a lot of policy initiatives are being initiated. The governments also have one more obligation, which is transparency, fair trial chance to everyone. At the same time, I think if we properly assess the requirement of defense forces, we can make many of the changes happen. Therefore, it's very important that such symposiums come out with very clear recommendations, not vague. You can also, after discussing within yourself, also ask for meetings with me, but come prepared with the points. Pratyush is one person who normally does that. And I get a lot of feedback from him and a lot of issues which I have tackled, probably beyond his company's requirement. He has just focused some important issues where things are getting blocked. What are the reasons of blocking? I think SOCHM and the platform needs to be, I'm ready for it. You ask for time from me, I'm ready to sit with your 6-7 main. But we expect, while we will also change DPMs and OFB very soon into IDDM concept, slightly differently put up. But at the same time, we also expect that the biggies in the private sector also spreads their requirement to the small and medium. Otherwise, it may happen that government spreads everything. Government is expected. There is an improvement, definite improvement, I can tell you. The percentage of small and medium legally required is 20. It was around between 9% in OFBs to about 14-15 in PSUs. Today it has crossed 20 and I think it's somewhere around 29% average in MSME sector. The reason why some orders, defense procurement cycle is a long cycle. It requires 3 years. I am still clearing the mess of the earlier government. I don't intend to point finger. This is not for blame game. But 2006 procurement process starts. There were so many errors, mistakes, casualness, that things have gone in cycles and cycles and cycles. Slowly but surely these issues are getting sorted out and I am very sure we will make it. The road ahead is very clear. While I agree, and I remember a story of an old man where someone asked the old man why he is planting a mango sapling, and when he probably is about 75 and may not be there alive to eat the fruits, he said that the fruits I am eating was probably planted by my grandfather, and what I am planting will go to the next generation. This is a story every one of us must be aware of. In today's world, that story gets slightly modified. If you use a proper graft, you can get fruits in 3 years. But the problem is you should be able to successfully develop a graft. The old tree still has to be there. In defense procurement, we have planted some grafts which I expect to produce result, but even there you have to wait for 2-3 years. So now it is 2 years over. Probably next year, 2017 is a year where the whatever exercise has been carried out will starting yielding results. In the meantime, one very important factor, let us not forget the program today at 5:10 or 5:15 when this seminar ends. I think the work starts today. So, because I had a meeting with few industrialists from another organization, 1 month, I told them just give me 2 or 3 pages of critical points you have raised. They discussed with me. Some of them I remember and I will do it, my memory being good. But I asked for that note, it has not come. At least here I expect in 15 days. While I can't assure you that all the points raised will be addressed in 1 month, you will find they are getting addressed one by one. Some may not happen at all because the government restriction, transparency, equality before law, equality before constitution. I am hit by Article 14 most of the time. You are not hit by Article 14. Private sector is not hit by it. I have to be transparent. The security aspect of it, a lot of people commented on my blacklisting policy. It took me so much time to get clearances on that policy, but ultimately we came out. Through that policy, a lot of issues could be addressed. There is a provisions in the policy which will ensure that some issues which are cropping up. Actually, by blacklisting, we have eliminated our sources. That is exactly what even OFB does. Their requirements are so stringent that a good businessman, one who has a good product, one who is capable, and one who has a business. More the successful businessman, more business he will have. And what he does when he has to choose, he will obviously choose buyers who are good buyers. If there are good private sector paymasters who pay within 30 days, definitely, a supplier will first go to him. And if you find a buyer like Ordnance Factory Board, I am not criticizing, this is government procedure where the procedure itself will take your patience out. Now for a person who doesn't want more customer and has enough good customers, he will neglect. Even one who wants more customer and go there, when he sees that the profit output versus the work done doesn't match, he is likely to avoid quoting in such instances. The result is our Ordnance Factory Boards are full of suppliers who otherwise don't get good business. I'm not saying everyone is like that. There are good suppliers also. Let me be very clear. But there are so many suppliers who probably are supplying there as a last resort. It's not the preferred area. And therefore you reduce your platform of suppliers. So there needs to be more activeness there. There needs to be payment. You raise the issue of why can't these DPSUs pay their buyers. That I won't advise them, though for small scale I will advise them some benefit of payment, because DPSUs, while they should buy from people, they should also remain competitive. एक तरह से हम लोग बोलते हैं कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर को दे दो बिकॉज दे आर कॉम्पिटिटिव, दूसरे तरह से डीपीएसयू इफ ही कैन गेट ऑन क्रेडिट गुड मटेरियल at a cheaper price, why should we pay advance? Except where development is involved and except where small scale industry is involved. Steel खरीद लेंगे, why should he restrict himself? He should ask for the best quality at the cheapest rate. I'm not going to give advance. If I can get material by a good company on credit, why should I pay advance to another company? But at the same time, high technology item, the policy has to be different. If it is supplied by manufactured and supplied, developed, manufactured, supplied by small industry, the policy has to be different. We are working on it. That's why some time is being taken, but when it comes out, it will be a good, much better manuals. Both these manuals are being worked out. And I assure you that we will definitely, if you give us pinpointed areas, because now a lot of things have been eliminated. They are gone. So now there are very few things, but critical issues are remaining. Like for example in offset, skill development. Offset, give it to outsource it to an competent agency. Offset, there are more issues. Can it be used for venture capital? These are questions we are answering and we'll be replying to them very soon. But I think all these aspects now are limited to 4 or 5 pointed issues. Give us those and I assure you that the seminar will be worth it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, not many of us would know that it is our Honorable Defence Minister Shri Parikarji's birthday yesterday. So wishing you a very belated happy birthday yesterday, sir. And we wish you many more successful years ahead of protecting the country. Moving ahead, I would request Shri Ambar Agarwal ji, Member Central Committee, Bharat Niti, to please come forward and deliver a vote of thanks. Could we have Shri Ambar Agarwal ji to deliver the vote of thanks, please?
A very warm evening to this August gathering. I've been given an important task to sum up the day-long deliberations on such an important defense sector and deliver a Thanksgiving speech. I truly believe we have heard our visionary Raksha Mantri ji on such an important subject. And definitely there is a big take for the industry. We can see there is one Swachh Bharat campaign is going on, and the other big Swachh Bharat campaign is going on in the Defense Ministry, which our Honorable Raksha Mantri is doing it very speedily. And we truly believe in the coming months, there will be some positive results for the industry. So I thank Shri Manohar Parrikar ji for his valuable valedictory address. I thank Honorable Home Minister Shri Rajnath Singh ji, who inaugurated today's conference. Shri Muralidhar Rao ji, our guiding force, who conceptualized this idea for Bharat Niti. Our partners, ASSOCHAM, Uday India, and the sponsor companies, the captains of the industry, speakers in the sessions, the dignitaries in the Darbar Hall who patiently heard through the day, the volunteers who have worked day and night, and last but not the least, I thank from the bottom of my heart every individual who have contributed in any way. Thank you. I would now request the August gathering to please join us for the tea. Yeah. Anything else? One. Acha. After the ministry. Are you sure? Hey, is it ready?
I would request the audience to please